I like when you can look at the mirror and you like what you see there. You are there alone, you don't need to pretend. You just
Yes.
look at yourself and you understand, oh my God, it is not my time. It's
Right.
not you. Something is wrong, or you did the wrong thing, or you did not good. This is the biggest thing that I create. So my creation is my three kids. Half of my entire life I am in education. So even though
Yes.
I am 15 years working for government, and for me, public policy and government and diplomacy is the main activities that I'm doing in my life. But the education is the most important part in my life. The leadership is genetical. So I believe I need to appreciate my grandfathers, grandmothers, etc. You can be only happy if you meet every day good people and they become your networking. And we are who we met, because I believe that every person you meet in your life so leave something from theirs energy to your energy, and you become other person happiness, because they can have joy from very small things. They are like wake up in the morning and they say I woke up, and they are happy with this. They tell to this world I wake up, and everybody must say we wake up, ooh, la, la, la. And also I think this is emergency call, that that they will always pick up the phone, always. And I will say to Steve Jobs, if you want to make happiness to everybody, even not you need to sell ice cream, you need to be ice cream.
You need to be ice
We
cream.
have jokes, we were joking about war. Imagine this can you can think that we are crazy. How can people joke about war? But then I understood this is the method of Armenian nation because survival. I have very happy Indian friends, and I can say, oh my God, we can learn from you how to celebrate, to make parties, dancing, singing. No action is mean death. If you do nothing, so for me this situation is death.
Okay.
I always tell that you need to keep going or walking or moving. Okay, you can move slowly in some kind of moments in your life, but you still need to make movements.
And everybody have their own role to play in their peace contribution for the family, for the society, for the world. But yes, some people they don't want it, because that non-peaceful thing is their happiness. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back again with the next podcast, the happiness podcast called Executive Harmony Conversation with Global Leaders on Happiness and Spirituality. Today, we are honored to have a wonderful guest, not from India, not from USA, not from other, but then Armenia. Welcome, Dr. Gabrielyan, to MIT University Happiness Podcast.
Very welcome. More than happy to be with you today with my Indian friends. This is my first podcast with Indian friends, so I'm very excited and very happy. Thank you very much.
So the guest that we have today, Dr. Gayane Gabrielyan, she is an Deputy Minister of Environment, Republic of Armenia. She has led national alignment with European Union environmental policies. She has coordinated GEF and World Bank projects on water, air, and waste reform. She has been a member of Copenhagen 27, COP28 delegations, and she was a lecturer at Armenian State University for Economics and Chinese University. The courses that she has taught is in circular economy, business negotiations, sustainable experiences. And if I keep on reading her profile, then the whole day will go on. And a few things I will request our wonderful guest to tell a little bit about herself to our audience, a special perspective that might not be visible to us on the CVs and the detailed profiles, but in brief, if she can say to our audience.
The thing that I'm telling always that first thing that I can proud about it is my family. So I'm a mother of three kids. This is something that is not professionally introduced in my records or CV, but this is the biggest thing that I create. So my creation is my three kids. And for Armenia and for India, I think the family is the most important thing. So I have a great family. This is the one thing that I'm really proud of. The other thing that I'm proud of is my education because I never stopped to learn. It was not easy for me to get my first education because, as a very Armenian family, my father felt a huge leadership in me, and he was telling me to my mom that it is better not to go to university for her because she will never get married and she will have no opportunity to create family. But it was my choice that I was facing with huge challenges to get my first degree. So to enter to university, it was first challenge, like a big life for me because I faced with my family with these negotiations. So then I never stopped. I have four education degrees and PhD, and I did my last Stanford leadership, and now I'm thinking about the next level and next PhD and doctorate, etc. So I think the most important thing that people need to know about me that half of my entire life I am in education. So even though
Yes.
I am 15 years working for government, and for me, public policy and government and diplomacy is the main activities that I'm doing in my life, but the education is the most important part in my life. And the third thing that I would like to say, this is fighting for peace and honest. For me, this is very important. Fighting for peace and honest. So this is three most important thing that I will share with your audience
Thank you so
that
much.
people can know about me.
Thank you, Dr. Gabriel. And dear audience, if I want to say a few more things, she is widely respected for her commitment to well-being, cross-cultural learning, and global collaborations. She is on a mission, you can say on a professional journey, which reflects both academic excellence and a passion for nurturing young minds. And we just heard the sound of one of her child, and it was a joy coming to us on our faces immediately. Dr. Gayane, since this is a happiness podcast, I would first also like to welcome and I want to inform you about our management. So on behalf of our founder president, Sir Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, who is the founder president of Amity University and Rutanan Balban Education Foundation, we say RBEF, and on behalf of our Honorable Chancellor, Sir Dr. Atul Chauhan, Sir, President RBEF. On behalf of them, we welcome you. Also on behalf of Professor Dr. Balbinder Shukla ma'am, who is the Honorable Vice Chancellor at Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, Noida. She has conveyed her greetings to you. To start with the happiness podcast, we have a small culture, or you can say thing, that we play an anthem for our podcast, and then we take up the questions to take it forward.
In the boardrooms we find a different kind of mind. Leaders taking time to seek the truth inside. Heart and soul aligned. In wisdom we can fight. Let's spark a change in kind. The journey starts inside. Executive harmony. Together we'll explore happiness and spirit. See executive harmony. Together we'll explore happiness and spirit. With this and spirituality, we're searching for much more. At the Center for Science of Happiness, where peace and joy reside. From the highs to lows, the wisdom of the pros. In each step we'll grow, with every word they show. Executive harmony. Together we'll explore happiness and spirit. With this and spirituality, we're searching for much more. At the Center for Science of Happiness, where peace and joy reside. From the highs to lows, the wisdom of the pros. In each step we'll grow, with every word they show.
Dr. Gabrielyan, just wanted to inform you right now, since we are in India, and in India we are celebrating Teachers' Day. So 5th of September is also Teachers' Day, where we honor all the teachers. So on behalf of India, we also wish you Happy Teachers' Day. And
Thank you. Yes, congratulations. God bless you, people. You are doing amazing job.
thank you. Start with the happiness podcast section number 1. Dr. Gayane, could you share us like what inspired you to personally take up the public service and leadership?
In general worlds, I would say it's not me, it's my genetic, you know. Leadership is not something that I believe you can learn. Even though we are
Okay.
learning in Stanford that you can be a leader, you can become a leader, but I'm still believe that you're supposed to born leader. You need some skills, you need education, and you need everything to be able to be a good leader. But the leadership is genetical. So I believe I need to appreciate my grandfathers, grandmothers, etc. But the public service, it was my choice. So for me, serving to government, to Republic of Armenia, it is something that I believe that uh, it is my star, and this is what I was always like. I believe that all my life I supposed to do this, and this was my choice to that I can feel like dignity in everyday life. Watching Armenians pull together through hardship taught me that resilience is not only serving, it's designing system where people can thrive. So my North Star is simple: measure success not only by GDP and such things, but how to save healthy and hopeful people to feel. So this is service to people, I think. People to people for me is very important.
What does happiness personally mean to you? And how do you see it is reflected in your evolving value systems?
You know what? The thing that I'm telling to myself every day, and to my kids, and to my students, and to my staff. So, networking is very important. You can be only happy if you meet every day good people and they become your networking. So, for me, happiness is to know that you have plus one. So, today I'm happy because I have you in my life, and this is plus one because of very important networking. And we are who we met, because I believe that every person you meet in your life. So leave something from theirs energy to your energy, and you become other person. So for me, it's very important to be in a good energy. So good people bring good energy and bring happiness to me. This is what most important in my life, a good networking.
Right. So thank you for adding this compliment to me, that to this thing, that this section or this meeting with us makes you happy, and likewise to us also, that meeting you makes us happy. Thank you so much. Dr. Gabrielyan, since you are in Armenia, so can you tell a little bit about your upbringing and little bit about your little Armenian context? How does that has shaped you as a person, as a leader, as a mother, as a daughter? What is the role of Armenia?
I believe that I'm 100% Armenian.
Okay.
So I'm very proud of that. But it is not only about feelings. This is about also acting. I'm acting like very Armenian. Understanding of huge culture, understanding of huge responsibility for this earth. Because I believe that God create Armenian people to bring education, energy, and very important philosophy to this world. I believe that if there is no Armenian in this world, so people will not be able to continue to create, because we are like neuron system of the world. We are not the heart, we are not the brain, etc. We are the neuronic system that connect a huge energy in this planet. We have been in India. There is a huge part of a city that called Armenian Street, and we bring there a very good tradition of trading, of culture, many things. And we bring a lot of things from India. Then we were in other countries all over the world. So this is um, our like target from creator, that we need to bring to this world education, understanding of a lot of philosophic things, and then come back to our land again to understand what is going on, to face a lot of challenges, to face survival, because we are survivors. We have a genocide, we have a lot of wars, we have a 2020 war, 44 days, and we are now in very vulnerable times. World are now in very vulnerable time, but Armenia specifically is very small. It's very easy to make like us out of this planet. But God save us every time, because I believe that every Armenian born in this planet come here to bring some new understanding of lifestyle. So we create very specific lifestyle in this world, and I'm proud of that. So family, roots, culture, a huge respect to almost all nationalities, almost all countries, almost all cultures is in Armenian lifestyle. We love guests. We don't like when they come to take our lands. We can fight, but we can have a joy. We are a very happy nation as a nation. We love celebrations. Oh, party is one of our lifestyle, party every day.
Okay.
But we can fight for our land, and we can be together when we face huge challenges. So this is my understanding of being Armenian.
So that's a huge sense of resilience, huge sense of respect for the land, huge sense for the roots family, which builds the individual from the birth to the ultimate level of growth and prosperity. So good. And you gave me three words: EEP, education, energy, philosophy. And you said, okay, without which the world would not be a much more better place. So world is better because of Armenia, because they provided these three things. Thank you so much. Uh, when I when you, Dr. Gabriel, when you see the people around in your maybe network or in your country, when you feel that somebody is so happy, whom do you see? Okay, oh, this person is so happy. And can you just relate what vibes comes to you, what actually you feel about the other person? Okay, this is what ideal happiness is about, which is more than you. Maybe somebody who can be more happier than everybody, or maybe somebody who is an idol of happiness in your country. So anybody comes in your mind, or anything comes
Yes,
in
my
your mind?
children, my kids. I think my kids are most happiest people in this world because they have mommy like me. I think I'm a good mother with all kind of
Absolute.
strategy that I have in these feelings. You know what? The most important thing in my life, this is amazing question. This is an amazing question because you can't never be 100% happy if your neighbors or if your relatives or the person near you is not happy. So the joy that is collective joy is very important because you can't be alone with your joy. You always want to share your happiness. When you're happy, you take the phone and you call to the first person that you know that he will share. For me, this is my brother. So the
Okay.
first like emergency call for happiness is my brother. I want to call him and share, I got this, I got this. My family first. Yes, my family first. Mother, brother, but brother will be my first emergency call. And I feel happiness as a kid. So for me, the most like celebrity that can pretend and then can be the face of the happiness, this is kids happiness because they can have joy from very small things. They are like wake up in the morning and they say I woke up, and they are happy with this, they tell to this world I wake up, and everybody must say we wake up, oh, la, la, la. So this is very interesting that we need to learn from them to be happy that we wake up every morning.
Right. You reminded me of one of a famous story from India. Uh, we say about Lord Shiva, the god, one Lord Shiva, and goddess Parvati. So they gave a challenge to their two boys, Ganesha and Kartikeya. They have two boys. So they were almost very young kids. So they gave a challenge. Whosoever can come, take 3 rounds of the earth and come fast, come early, we will give them toys or we will give them some gift, something like that. So the elder son, he immediately sat on a peacock and took 3 rounds and he was gone, busy. The other one was not going anywhere. The mother father said, why you are not going anywhere? We promise you toy, but you have to first take 3 rounds of the earth and then come quickly. Your elder brother is gone already. Then he said, give me 1 minute. So he took 3 rounds of the parents, around the parents. And he said, I'm done. He said, what does it mean? We said the earth, the whole earth. He said, for me, you are my world. So I took 3 rounds around you and I'm done. So the parents were bowled out. He said, you won, you won.
Amazing. Thank you for this amazing story. I will use it with my students. This is amazing.
Yes, thank you. Please do use it. So now, so since you just said it, the children and your brother, we do some workshops on happiness. So sometimes I ask, if you are in emergency, who is the person you are going to call immediately. So sometimes I have to wonder, some students say, sir, we have no one to call. So we cannot call anybody. We don't trust anybody. So sometimes these answers baffles me also. Okay, a young boy, a young girl of 18 year of age, 20 year of age, why can't they discuss with the mom or the dad or your friend or brother, sister? So this issue is growing up, that this is also to be addressed. Thank you. I'm sure those who are listening, they will understand that once you have an emergency, you should have someone to call whom you love, whom you respect, and ideally, most probably means the one who had made you happy for a long time, they are the one whom you are going to call.
And also, I think this is emergency call that you know that they will always pick up the phone.
Always
Always.
pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Yes. So there was one NBA match news ceremony going on. So the person who just won the medal in the NBA, he was giving a news briefing. While he was giving the news briefing, a call came on his mobile. He picked up the call in the news briefing, and media said, "What is this? Why are you picking a call in the middle?" He said, "My mom called me. I have to answer."
Yeah, I saw that. Yes, yes. Always pick up the phone. Yes. This
Right.
is very important.
So now, doctor, what simple one habit or a daily experience that brings you instant joy? Anything that you want to share? Any one habit, any one routine?
For me,
Yes, for you.
that brings me joy.
Immediate, like an instant coffee, something like that.
Yes, I have my picture of joy. This is calm situation near very beautiful nature, Armenian or seaside, and this is me sitting there, not thinking about any issue of kids, school, husband, etc. Yes, this is a balance between that I have done for this day everything. So today I have done everything. I don't need to do anything else. And I'm ready for tomorrow. So
Okay.
for me, the happiness is when you find the balance that you don't worry about. This is what I want in my life, to not worry about my kids, mother, father. I know this I call it absolute happiness. In my life, I feel this twice, and it was 3 seconds, not more. When I understand what is the absolute happiness, this is when you are abstract of everything, you are only by yourself, you are free, because family and work, etc., it is something that keep you from your freedom. Yeah, it's like that. But for me, the perfect happiness, this is when I feel the freedom. And I feel that in my life 3 times, 2 times, 3 seconds, not more.
Okay. So have you done any, have you got any painting of yours with this kind of imagery that you explained? Did
Yeah, sure. I
you?
always said that my life will end in Greece, sitting just near the sea, just fishing with shorts, with my barbecue near me, with a cocktail serving to me with very beautiful wine, and thinking that I'm rich, I can send money to my grandkids. This is my picture of happiness that I will have
Okay. Okay.
in 125 years, not now. I have a lot of things to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can add one more also, 1125. Okay. Let's now this brings to the end for the first section for the personal happiness. Thank you so much. And now we enter into the second section, which is happiness at work. Your profile as a Deputy Minister of Environment. So from that perspective, that you work on policy for the people in Armenia and you work for the reforms for various domains in environment. So first question comes up, Doctor. You have led numerous major reforms in Armenia. So which of those reforms do you think they have enhanced the happiness and the well-being of the ordinary Armenians?
No, I have a feeling of priorities of my reforms. They start not in Ministry of Environment, they start in Ministry of Finance.
Ministry of
Because my
Finance.
background is finance, yes, and
Okay.
economy. And I'm the one who 15 years ago started the sustainably green procurement system and investment. So green finance and green budgeting. And when I first talk about that, people like look at me, she's crazy. What she's talking about? What green procurement? What sustainability? What she's talking about? And 15 years after, all Armenia is talking about sustainable growth, sustainable economy, sustainable finance, sustainable etc. And I accepted these legislative reforms in finance, in economy, in environment, in healthcare, because I used to work also in healthcare. For the best reforms for me, this is my PPP law, public-private partnership. When I create this bridge between public and private sector and bring together to one table people from private sector to public, because I used to work in private sector and then I jumped to public sector with my education background and experience. But what I understand, when people come from university to public sector, they never understood for 100% what private sector is feeling, what is their issues, what they want for public. They just sitting in their offices and they doing their stuff every day, daily. They do some. They think that they are doing a huge things, but private sector and people can't feel this. What are they doing there? What are they doing there? What is this law about? What is this about? So for me, it's very important that law is not separate from public, from private, from people. Law must serve to people. Law must be for people. This is very important that I'm doing in all my reforms. The biggest joy for me is was public investment management system creation, because we do not have this system in Armenia. And then water code. When I start to
What is
push the
water
water
code?
code,
What is
yes,
water
because
code?
water code, it is like water law, but code is bigger than law. Yeah, this is the huge reform or many legislative and under legislative reforms. So when I start water diplomacy in Armenia, negotiation between Armenia and Iran under Arax River and Armenia and Georgia under Debed River, then I create water diplomacy in Armenia, because we never used to talk about water diplomacy before that. When I started the EIA law, Environment Impact Assessment, this is the most vulnerable law in all over the world, because this is the place when businesses face with environment and government face with our ministries. So you are alone. In a cabinet of ministers, nobody wants this law because this ruin their strategies, incomes, growth, GDPs, etc. So you are alone and you become enemy for everybody, for business, because they want construction, they want more resources, they want more and more and more, like economy used to be. We want more resources. And I said that no, we need to stop. We need to have sustainable resources, and the same in Ministry of Cabinet. So they don't want this law, and it was circulating before me 7 years, and nobody before me can bring this law not even to parliament but even to government. So it was just circulating and nobody bring it to government. So for me it was a huge like happiness that I bring this law to parliament and I accept it. I I also create for me a lot of enemies with this law. But as my Stanford University professor told me, if you want to be a leader, you need to be ready for conflicts. You need to be ready that you will have enemies. Because you can't be like a chocolate or dollar. So everybody loves you. No, it's not work like that.
Yes, you just hit the same kind of vibes which Steve Jobs said in one of his meeting when asked how to make everybody happy. So he said, if you want to make everybody happy, sell ice cream or sell chocolates. But if you want to really lead an organization, lead a role, you cannot make everybody happy. You will have enemies, you will have to have friends. You cannot have both of the best. You cannot have that. So
Absolutely correct.
in India
And I
recently,
will say to Steve Jobs, if you want to make happiness to everybody, even not you need to sell ice cream. You need to be ice cream.
you need to be ice cream. You have to lose yourself. Sometimes we say in
Yes.
a lighter note, okay, even if you do everything for somebody, still a complaint remains. This thing is not done. That thing is done, and you are finished. You are just finished. Energy is drained out. Still, a complaint comes up. So,
You know this story from, I don't know if you used to tell it in India, but in Armenia it's very famous.
which one?
Like husbands walk on the street with donkey. People say he is crazy. He has
A grandfather and his grandson once decided to sell their donkey in the marketplace. They were walking along pulling the animal when they were mocked because they were not riding the donkey and were getting tired for nothing. So the two decided to ride the animal. But soon their neighbors told them that they were doing something cruel to the animal because they were too heavy for the donkey to carry. The old man then left the boy on the donkey. But they met people who thought a young boy sitting on the donkey while the old man had to walk was nonsense. They switched places, but new people soon came up saying that the old man was exploiting the poor kid while he was resting. Utterly baffled and not knowing what to do, the old man and the boy came up with a bizarre idea. They strapped the donkey's legs to wooden poles and carried the animal on their shoulders. Such ridicule had never been seen in those lands. Everyone thought they were crazy. While crossing the river bridge, the boy became disoriented by the jeers and let the donkey fall into the river. The animal, which was tied up, didn't have a chance and drowned. Moral: trying to please everyone is the easiest way to please none.
Yes.
So this is exactly about that, you know.
So yes, whatever we do, whatever somebody has to do, but as a leader, you have to continue with your convictions, and there has to be some kind of you can say acceptance at a mass level, so that those who are opposing the idea, so they understand that the idea is workable, ideas works for the society, and it should go on. Thank you.
Absolutely, yes. In this kind of thing, I am very Machiavelli person. Yes.
What is Machiavelli for the audience to better understand?
So if your target is blessed and you feel that this is correct thing, you never stop under any challenges, and you need to jump under a lot of things. In kind of things as we're 18 plus, I even say, even to kill a person can be proved if you feel that your target is honest and blessed. It's very vulnerable that I'm telling this. I'm sorry for that. I understand that there is a criminal law, etc., etc. It's not about anything of violence. But for me, in this case, when I see the target, when I go through that, oh my God, I'm very strong in this. That's why. So people kind of like this. they supposed to be love me very much and to trust me only that way. If they don't love me very much, so they will hate me. So there is two kind of people. Even they love me or they hate me. There is no something like middle. It's not about me. I'm not conformist, you know. At work. At work. So when I'm
So,
doing work, I'm another person.
right. So, in short, I would like to just say what you just said it. Since either somebody loves you or somebody hates you, so you have that quality, nobody can ignore you.
No.
Nobody can ignore you. Either they have to be this side or that side only. That's all. Doctor,
Okay.
Armenia, there is a thing called as happiness index. So in Armenia, as when we see the reports, Armenia currently hovers around 87th of globally happiness index, which is a little higher than India also, which is higher than India. So this is higher than India. So how do you see when these numbers comes? Because you are a wide traveler, you travel very widely across the globe. And when we think Finland is number one, Europe, Norway, top countries are in top 5, top 10 countries as happiness country. What differences you see? Like these ranking, does it matter to you as a politician, or do you see it is a stark contrast? Yes, they are number one, so they have 1, 2, 3. We are at here, we are because of 1, 2, 3. Do you see that?
This question is very difficult for me. Why? Because to answer to this question after what we are facing, you know, war in 18th when I was a kid, I passed through that as a kid. Oh, my family was trying to save me from understanding what is going on. I understood it as a kid. When I was growing up and listened a lot about war, etc., etc., my grandfather was taking part in the Second World War. My father was one who was in the process of 18th war. It was another thing. But when I faced the war as a mother, I understand the whole color of um, disaster. You know, when you every day you feel that you need to take your kid and run, but of what if she's not near? At that time, I have only my first kid, Gabriela, daughter. I was every day I was making plan how I will run because I was working every day during COVID even every day. Not even a day I didn't stay at home. Even in very lockdown situation, I was working, and my daughter was at a kindergarten or with a babysitter. So I was planning every day this route and strategy that how I will go out, will run to kindergarten, or how I will do all these things every day. And then at night I was closing the windows and like lay down on my kid to save her if something will happen when I was sleeping. And answering to this question about at what place we are in the rank of report of world happiness, it's not fair for my people. It's not fair. Because I was standing pregnant in UN headquarters the days that Artsakh was blocked and 120,000 people were blocked without food, education, health, anything. And there was 30,000 kids there. So I am a mother with, at that time, already 2 kids and pregnant. Every day I was thinking, how do their mothers treat their kids? They do not have even food. I'm not talking about healthcare. I'm not talking about candies. I'm not talking about anything, theater, culture, not food. So how can we rank a nation to these happiness scores? But I understand the answer. We have this feeling inside of us. So we are at the first place. Because even during a war, we have jokes, you know. We have jokes. We were joking about war. Imagine this. You can think that we are crazy. How can people joke about war? But then I understood this is the method of Armenian nation survival. Even joke on your suffering. Because other how can you survive through this? Yeah. So for me, Armenian in this rank is the first place because being in this vulnerable situation and still be happy, still be able to celebrate birthdays, still be able to celebrate a lot of things, this is very important. But what you
Right.
told is very important for me because India is very big is very big and you have more than billion people and you have a lot of people who are suffering with hunger and a lot of things. How can you be totally happy? Totally happy you can't be because if you know that your neighboring kids are hungry, you can't be totally happy. This is the idea that makes difference between us and we are small number of people so we can support each other so 3 million people can support each other more easily than 1 billion people, you know. I think this is the difference between us. So in this case, no, as even as a political guy, for me is not interesting this rate, not
Okay.
interesting.
Yes, there are some debates going on the countries involved in top 10 or top 15, and there are some things which people don't agree ke how come they should be in the lowest ranking and why they're on the higher ranking. So debates are there. Even we think India is a happy country, but then they are putting us below very few countries who are in a different domains of unhappy, you can say, activities. So that also is a sad reality of statistics. So Elon Musk one time said to Alibaba CEO Jack Ma. So a debate was going on between Jack Ma and Elon Musk. So Jack Ma said, "Ke we believe in statistics, this," and Elon Musk said something. Ke, do you know most of the stats are lies? They are made.
Absolutely.
They are made up. So there was a story. There was a thing. There was a country who announced in the political meetup. We have increased education to 200% in this village, and people were clapping. And when the numbers came out from somebody else, so they found that there was only one student. Now they have two students.
Amazing.
So
But
yes,
still, this is a statistics thing, you
this
know.
is the
This is a
statistics.
mathematics.
We were very proud to hear, Doctor, when we heard you were the only female Armenian official to address at UNGA. Can you specify a little bit? Can you elaborate how was your that journey and what was the visit outcome or purpose, something like that? What happened?
Remember, I told you about the happiness, and I feel that I'm like absolutely happy. This is not like that. This is not like that. But it is very close to that. It is the very happy day of my life because before I stood to this stage, I didn't imagine what is going on with me. Even that moment, I didn't imagine what, I just realized it after. The idea that I was there because of environmental issue, water conference. It was the first water conference after 15 years of silence. And for me, water is my favorite environmental issue that I was doing. I used to do. And all my speech was about water and environment and protection, water quality, SDG 6, la la la, blah, blah, blah. But that night at 5 a.m., I get a call from our representative of UN, and he told me we supposed to change whole your speech because of political reason, because of Artsakh blockade, because of our Azerbaijan colleagues start this political negotiation in headquarters, so we need to answer, etc. You know this because you have the same situation with Pakistan. So you can imagine what I was feeling that time. And I tell, okay, I'm ready. And next moment, I knew that I'm pregnant. I didn't know before that, you know. I didn't know before that. So in the one moment, I learned about that whole my monthly preparation for my speech ruined because they will change all my speech, and that I'm pregnant for my third kid. It was, I wasn't ready for that, believe me. And oh my God, I didn't sleep after that, not a moment. And when I was talking about, you can feel it in my voice that I was very excited and emotional because as a person who really believe in understanding of surviving, because my two sons came after war and they are just response to war. I wasn't ready for that, but it was my response. So I can do as a woman. I'm not a military guy. I'm a political like guy. But this was my response. So we need to have more babies. We need to have more kids because this is the only way of survivor. And they changed all my speech, and I was talking about Artsakh blockade and people who suffering this in there, and that the world is just has a keep silence, you know. For me, this is the very happiest moment that not even I am the only woman who was standing there, but women who were talking about this very important issue from the highest political stage that we can imagine. So this changed my life before and after. I stood there. I think I have done three kids and I have done the speech from headquarters. This is something that I have done in my life.
Hats off to you. It's a, like a brave movement, you can say, or you can say a bold movement that you have done it, because many people will give up at some stage, and I'm sure there is a big support of your family behind that, your actions, behind your decisions, behind your travel plans during that phase when you got to know and that you have to go and everything. So a big support, a big clap, a big applause for your wonderful family support that they have, that you already have it. Okay, so with this we come to the end of this second round of the organizational well-being. Thank you so much for sharing some insights and the nitty-gritties behind your decisions in your political moves. Thank you. Now we come down to the third section of, since our podcast name is Executive Harmony, Conversation with Global Leaders on Happiness and Spirituality. So now we go on the third section is spirituality. So doctor, what does spirituality means to you?
Action.
Action.
I
Okay.
believe only in action. I don't believe in. So for me, no action is mean death. If you do nothing, so for me, this situation is death. I
Okay.
always tell that you need to keep going or walking or moving. Okay, you can move slowly in some kind of moments in your life, but you still need to make movements because static situation for me is death. And
So
spirituality is for me is to create new things. I get energy from the processes that I lose energy. So that's why people always ask me, From where you get so much energy? Kids, family, husband, dog, turtles, rabbits, I don't know, these kind of travelings all over the world. Where you get from that? If I do nothing, I have no energy. So static situation for me is death. No energy there. Movement, movement and creativity. This is my spirituality for me.
Something similar, I always quote this example in many of the podcasts about one of the ex-CEO of Pepsi. You might be heard of Indra Nui. If you heard about Pepsi CEO, something similar question were asked to her. Okay, what is the reason behind your so high energy, or do you have a checklist of your top 10 checklist in your life? So she said, I had. So she said, number one, Pepsi, Pepsi, Pepsi. My father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my mother, father, my children's, and then my husband at the 10th number. So husband was sitting next to her only. So he said, you see, she has kept me at number 10th in her life checklist. So Indra Nui laughed and she said, hubby, you can understand this checklist from two perspectives. One, a negative, one, a happy. So the negative one, you can think you are on the 10th. That is a negative perspective. The happier one is that you are on my list. That you are on my list. Because I'm a CEO of a Pepsi, I have to devote time for my company. So more time, 1/3 of my time goes to Pepsi. So 1, 2, 3, Pepsi. I have my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, because we share the same home. So I take care for them also, spend some time for them also. Then my mother, father, children, and you are a grown-up child, so you can manage something. So, but I still spend time for you. So that's energy. You can say
Amazing.
the checklist that you also mentioned, energy. So that's your checklist, and that's spirituality for you. Thank you. Action. Okay. Since Armenia has a rich spiritual tradition, and we discussed already on that about education, philosophy, you mentioned. So do you think, is there any way Armenian is promoting some ways to handle this stress, anxiety, uncertainty among the young generation in Armenia? Is there any one thing that you can say, okay, this is how the country promoting something, any one practice, any one method, any one philosophy that you can specify?
Now it's very difficult to say. If you are telling for all centuries, it's easy. But for this moment, we a little bit lost in our way. I think we as can I tell something like this? We
Please.
all used to have dreams when we were kids. But then it was some period of our lives and then reality. And one day you imagine, oh my God, I forgot about my childhood dreams. And you start to remember, like, and find yourself. Because the dreams that you used to have in your childhood, it is who you are because you are clear, you know what you want, you are dreaming of. And then big lives come like student, love, etc., family, la, 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 and you forgot about this. You create new dreams, but these dreams are forced by society to you. It's not your dreams. And then when you have this huge period of time that you forgot about this, like, oh my God, it's not important, I was a kid. And then you start to remember, oh my God, I was dreaming about this, about that. And you start to understand who you are. Like it is very, oh my God, it is very for me, um, uh, you know, interesting period. Just 2 months ago, I feel this feeling. Oh my God, I forgot about myself. Who am I and my dreams? So I think our nation, for this moment, Armenian people, is in that period that they forgot about their childhood dreams, and that's why they are acting very not logically. There is no plan, there is no plan, no target. And everybody is acting how they can, how they feel at that moment. The one thing that I will dream, I will ask for God, creator, whoever we believe, just to bring this balance to my people and to remember their childhood dreams. This will help us to find again who we are, because I think we lost this kind of understanding who we are. This is what I can answer to this question because I feel this now.
Okay, so I wish there is a thing called what you mentioned as dreams. So if they get building or their dreams, so maybe they will be able to focus more on de-stressing, because without the dreams, stress is big stress. But with the dream,
Yes.
stress becomes a kind of a part and parcel of the normal life. We accept it.
Yes.
We somehow accept it. Somebody said very in a very lighter mood. They said, if you want to be sad, be sad in your Lamborghini. Don't be just sad on a. Don't be just sad in the streets. On the streets, have a dream, do something, get your Lamborghini, get something, whatever you want, and then cry in that. That's better. That's a better. That's a better sadness than just crying and doing
Amazing.
nothing.
Amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Correct.
So now, Doctor, do you think spirituality should be integrated into this modern education? That in your country,
Absolutely.
is there anything going on currently, and what are your views on that?
Ethically and inclusively. Not a doctrine, but practices of reflection, empathy, service, and AVE alongside STEAM. It beats whole humans who can wield technology visually. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think new generation education brings new challenges to us and to us as a person who wants to continue to be a student, as a person, as a professor or lecturer or somebody, teachers who want to share their knowledge. A huge challenge came to us. How to give this information? Or do we need to give this information? Or we need to learn how to use information, how to collect information. So we are now, I think, in a most difficult location in this bridge. It is not the middle, it is not the first step, it's not the end, but a very vulnerable place, because we need to transformate ourselves, because people who gave us education, this information is not already important, and this style of education is not important and not useful for this moment. And this new generation who came, oh my God, they are amazing, but sometimes you want to kill them because they do not have those kind of ideals as we used to have. For me, my professor of any, oh my God, he was an idol. I can't talk with him with, I was, oh my God, I was shining. Even though I'm not a shiny person, I am very but he's a professor, he's a doctor of philosophy, he's a, oh my God, this is, and now who am I from them? Nobody. If they don't like me, so I'm nobody for them. I have PhD, doctor, professor, whatever you have near your name, you are nobody for them if they don't like you.
Right.
So this is amazing and very, very, very difficult. I'm sure you're facing with this. I'm sure every day that I need to start new lecture, that day I'm telling, oh my God, how I need to act. These students, they are not, I don't know what to expect from them. Even though you can tell a word, they don't like it. Oh my God, this is a huge history. So it's very interesting, vulnerable, not easy, but dramatic moment in our history. We are creating new education attitudes, new education system, and new information balance between one generation to another.
Right. You very rightly said this young generation have their own ways of thinking, and yes, that fear factor between the teacher and that which we used to have, so maybe that was necessary at that time, maybe not necessary this time. There is one observation being done. Okay, the students used to think in the olden times that the teacher is the source of all information and knowledge, but now chat gpt can give you better answers than a very learned person. So they are thinking information is not the only thing a teacher has it. So now the quality of a teacher matters, how he addresses the problems of a student, something like that. So yeah, this one thing is being removed from the aura of a teacher, which we say information, and now that has, maybe you can say, new face or new you can say new bonding required between teacher and a student, which is more than information. I remember when I was teaching in one of the American university, so I said to one of the students, please study little bit, because you have a business to handle and your father is investing too much in your education. So little bit be serious also sometimes. So he gave me a wonderful answer, doctor. He said, doctor, please don't worry about my education. I will be managing wonderful business and I will hire Indians or some other country people. We will hire them. They will do it. Now look at this answer. Look at this answer. So some answers are beyond our perceptions, because there is a sense of, okay, this will be done. This will be done by this manner. So we don't have to worry about. But that is one reality I'm observing. This is happening. So unless the teacher is kind nowadays, or they are doing more than the money, so this is normal thing going on. Yes, you said it's both sides, your side and my side also, and I'm sure with many other people also around who is watching it. Okay, one last one. Doctor, is there any one simple practice that you would like to emphasize, which you do for your own well-being, for your own happiness, at your own perspective, and which is a spiritual perspective? Anything that you do, like we brush our teeth for cleaning our teeth, we comb our hair for our thing. Is there anything that you do for your own mental well-being, that okay, this is how we do it, this is how we learned it, this is our culture has taught it, and we do it as simple? Anything?
Yes, oh my God, it is so easy. I'm so women in that. Spa.
Okay.
I need to
Okay.
go to take care of, like, I love when I'm taking care of myself. It's so easy. I'm very, very simple in that case. So the ritual is when you stop and say, accept everything, I am a woman. I like that my son, my 3 years old son, telling me, I like your this switch, I don't like your these things, I like your hair like this, I don't like when you put them on bun, I like when you are beautiful, mommy. So to listen this from my daughter is not the same as to listen this from my son, because he's like looking at me telling me, I don't like when you wear this switch, but I like this one. So accept everything, still we have a husband in our list.
In our list. In our list. In our list.
And I like when you can look at the mirror and you like what you see there.
Right. Mirror is the best reflection of our inner self. So if you are happy inside, the mirror will reflect happiness. If you are sad inside,
Yes.
the mirror will just reflect that you are sad. But
You are there alone, you don't need to pretend. You just
Yes,
look at yourself and you understand, oh my God, it is not my time. It's
right.
not you. Something is wrong, or you did the wrong thing, or you did not good. Like my son after New York, he learned, and I didn't know. Uh, they were playing, and my daughter did something well and something good, and he just looked at that and told Gabi, good for you. I like this so much, and now sometime when I did something good, I said, Gayane, good for you. And sometimes shame on you. So mirror is very important. Yes.
Okay. In one of the perspective of Zen, I'm sure you must be able to see two images at the back, my background. One is a teddy, we say Giggle. Her name is Giggle. And then on the this side, we have a laughing Buddha. We have a laughing Buddha. So,
I have happy Buddhas. I have
yes,
happy Buddhas.
yes, happy Buddhas, laughing Buddhas. So,
I
there,
love them. I have two of them always in my room. Happy Buddhas. I love them. I love them very much.
right. So the story goes like that. Okay, a question was asked to the laughing Buddha, what is your practice? What you do to be happy? So he says, I do nothing, I just laugh. Wherever I'm just laughing. If I'm on the street, I stand on the street and just laugh. Anybody want to join me, they join me. If someone is dying, I just laugh in front of them. If they want to hit me, they hit me. If they want to understand, okay, life is a play. Life is not to be serious about. So if something happens, somebody is born, you can laugh. Somebody leaves, you can laugh. That is my practice. So he says, just go in front of a mirror, and whatever mirror reflects, that is your, it should not change. Mirror never lies, and your happiness and unhappiness comes and goes like a cloud, like a cloud. So if mirror retains your inner balance, you have achieved it. If mirror is saying something different every other day, you have to do something more on that. Just work out on that. So yes, you said very rightly, in a different format. Yes, take a spa and mirror reflects your inner peace. But yes, this is a wonderful way. Thank you so much. And so that's a rapid fire. We say also cool fire round. So in this cool fire round, we would be asking you a one-liner question, and we request you to answer as briefly as possible in few words, so that we understand, so that it becomes you can say a spring of happiness in this section. Okay. Are you ready, doctor?
Yes.
Okay. If happiness was a hashtag, what would it be for yours?
Hashtag Gabi, my
Hashtag
daughter.
Gabi. Okay. If you had to make a 10-second TikTok, what would you do in it?
I will dance with my kids.
Which song is currently your happiness anthem and is on your playlist in your phone?
I feel good. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. If you could DM happiness to the world in one sentence, what would you write on your DM?
Enjoy every day. Feel freedom. Fight for your rights. Believe in yourself.
What's your happy snack that you can eat anytime?
I'm sorry, lavash with fresh herbs and cheese. Very Armenian.
Lavash.
Armenian bread. You know,
Armenian.
lavash is slim bread and fresh herbs. We'll eat a lot of herbs. So, and cheese. It's all that we need.
So if happiness was a national export of Armenia, what would it be?
Sun-kissed apricot.
One Armenian tradition or a festival that feels like pure happiness for you? Which festival?
Vartavar. This is water, lauter festival that people bring water and they can just make water each other. Nobody will aggress to you. Nobody. Everybody do this. And this came from ancient Armenian tradition. Vart, this means rose.
Okay.
And rose is about love and patience. And var, this means light. So this brings love and patience to each other.
Wonderful. So something similar we have in India. We say also is Holi. It's a festival
Yes,
of
colors with colors.
Festival of colors. And we mix water
Yes, we
and
celebrate
colors.
this. My daughter loves this very much. Once we celebrate this, amazing. The same with water.
Yes, same with water. So in India, even people put the people in a drum of water. They just put it. A drum is kept separately, and they bring a person and they throw in the drum. And even in the psychiatry, if you ask any psychiatrist, they always say whenever we are overthinking, take a shower. Take a shower. Shower will release too many of your overthinking thoughts and all that. That also helps. So a festival of water.
Water is alive, you know. Water is everything. For Armenian, bread and water is a huge philosophy.
Bread and water. Okay. And if you could create a ministry of happiness, what would be the first rule in that ministry for the Armenia?
No policy without a well-being impact test.
Which Armenian landmark do you think radiates the most joy?
Lake Sevan. I hope I will welcome you in Lake Sevan. My husband is from Sevan, so my kids half from Sevan. I'm from Yerevan. And the morning, 6 a.m. in Sevan Lake. I hope you will come to Armenia. You will be my guest, and Sevan
For
is
sure.
the must-have. You know, must-have.
A
When you
visit.
come to Armenia, Sevan is must-have.
We will definitely come, Dr. Gabriel, for this wonderful invitation. Thank you for that. If you could gift one Armenian value to the world, what that value would be?
Hospitality.
What's your secret happy escape?
I love how Yerevan is waking up at the morning.
Okay.
So my favorite time was around 6 a.m. when still the city is sleeping, but you can feel step by step waking up the process of starting of this huge energy. So this is my favorite time. I just believe I remember every day during COVID time, no cars, no activity, nothing. And every day I was walking to my workplace and I heard birds singing and very natural sounds. This is amazing. And now you can feel it only in this morning period from 6 a.m. to 7. And then city start, wake up. This is amazing moment for me.
So one last one. If tomorrow morning when you wake up and UN calls you that you have to create a global happiness day, what would be the activity you would like to do for this world? Which activity you would like to announce?
Oh my gosh, I think this is very obvious and simple. To bring peace to this world. I don't know if it's possible. No wars, Stop all the wars in all over the world.
Peace should be so normal because we believe happiness and peace are like two faces of the same coin. If you are happy, you have to be peaceful. And if you are peaceful, then you are by default happy. That is one, two piece of the same coin. So, and everybody have their own role to play in their peace contribution for the family, for the society, for the world. But yes, some people, they don't want it because that non-peaceful thing is their happiness. Maybe what they want is something else. So, but yes, good people have to continue their struggle. Good people have to continue doing their work, because some people say good people are less, other people are more. So good people have to work together, because in the end, victory always of the good people. With this, we come to the end for this rapid fire section. Thank you so much for being so honest and direct to the point. Thank you so much. Now, we have a section, Dr. Gayane, that we have a section called as leader to leader section. So before you, we have a guest who came just before you, and her name was Miss Vicky Thompson. She came just before you, and she is the chief executive at Group of 8 Universities Australia. So she has left a question for the next speaker. So now it is you. So I will be just sharing her question, what she said, that I want to know the answer for this question from the next guest of honor in your happiness podcast. And she said,
thank you. So my question to you is, if you could gift happiness to a particular population or a group of people, who would they be and why would you do that?
Okay.
You know, we come to this question after talking about the one thing, and we were talking about peace. And in this case, I will tell like this. Armenian people and Indian people know the value of the peace. Nobody can understand the value of the peace if they never suffering war. So I will give this happiness to people who know what is war, because they deserve most to be happy. This is very, for me, important thing. As I told, to be a kid and to be in the war, and then to be a adult mother and be in the war, this is two very different situations. So from above of my heart, my happiness will go to people who suffering war. They deserve to be happy, and they deserve to live in peace.
Right. I will convey this answer to Miss Vicky. So Miss Vicky, here is the answer from Dr. Gayane to your question. So now, Doctor, now we continue with this tradition. I will request you to leave a question for the next guest of honor, and it's a blind question. We are not having, you can say, we don't want to release the name, and we will inform you with surprise who that guest would be. So a question from your side to the next guest of honor. It could be any question.
I will ask very simple question. Did you do a kind thing today? Or
Okay.
what kind thing did you do today?
So here is the question for the next speaker, and we will pass on the answer from the next guest of honor to you once the podcast is done. And we will convey your answer to Miss Vicky once your podcast is ready for release. And thank you so much. Now, since we are at the end of the session, and if you would have been at Amity University campus physically, we would be honoring your presence in the form of a memento, a physical memento, something for maths. But since we are at a virtual level, we thought of something, a virtual real memento. So on behalf of Amity University, we would like to present to you that memento to you. Okay. That's custom song that we have designed for you, and that would be as a memento gifted from our students, lovely team members, and Amity University as a overall for you. I will be playing that memento, the song for you, if you permit.
From the land of Ararat to the Ganges shore, your vision brings light, it opens every door. With wisdom and courage, you lead the way. For happiness and hope we sing today. Oh, thank you, Dr. Gayane, with hearts so true, for sharing your spirit, the world shines through. Together in harmony we rise and say, Amity stands with you every step of the way. Your voice for the earth, your dream for the skies, planting seeds of joy where the future lies. A beacon of peace, of kindness and care, your journey inspires beyond compare. Oh, thank you, Dr. Gayane, with hearts so true, for sharing your spirit, the world shines through. Together in harmony we rise and say, Amity stands with you every step of the way. Your voice for the earth, your dream for the skies, planting seeds of joy where the future lies. A beacon of peace, of kindness and care, your journey inspires beyond compare. Your voice for the earth, your dream for the skies, planting seeds of joy where the future lies. A beacon of peace, of kindness and care, your journey inspires beyond compare. From policy to people, your legacy flows, a river of happiness wherever it goes. India and Armenia, hand in hand, spreading joy and love across the land. So thank you, Dr. Gayane, your light will stay, guiding us to brighter, happier days. With gratitude eternal, our hearts convey. Amity celebrates you, forever we say. Amity celebrates you, forever we say.
So, Doctor, that was a memento on behalf of Amity University for you. Thank you for your presence. I hope you loved it.
I have no words. I'm very emotional. So this, you made my day, and I feel very happy this moment. Thank you so much for every word, for your voice, for this song. This is absolutely not expected for me. Absolutely amazing that you think about me and Armenia and Armenian and Indian relations and peace and happiness. Thank you very much. I have no words. I don't know. This is dramatically for me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Gayane. And we wish you sometime take time, and when you are traveling next time, maybe we welcome you at Amity University at our campus, and we would like to host you as a guest, as a friend at India. And we hope that either we are at Armenia or you are in India, then India-Armenian friendship remains long-lasting. And I request, as we are ending with this last stage, so I will request if any audience has any one or two questions, So they can open the cameras, or they can ask on the chat box. They can ask a question, or they can open the camera. We can take few questions and then we'll close the section. Anybody? And then we have some questions from in the chat box. Professor Lakhan Singh has asked in the chat box, Doctor, is there any happiness mantra which can make a difference in our personal life? Lakhan Singh has asked.
You know what? It is. We talk like all this day. We talk about very important thing that you need to love yourself, because if you will learn how to love yourself, you can love other person. Every person learned this by his own way. For example, for me, understanding of love to myself came after I became a mother, because I understood what is absolutely love is. When you don't know this person, he just came from nowhere, but you love like in whole of your you can't even understand what is going with yourself. So the mantra is start to love yourself, learn what it is, because it's not the same for every person, and then bring this love to people that need it, because this is happiness. When you are in balance with love to yourself, you accept yourself as you are.
So, Professor Lakhan, I'm sure you must have got this answer. Accept yourself as you are, no matter what the world says. We are as we are. So, something, Doctor, just wanted to relate what you have just said. A question was asked to one of the, you can say, a guru or a mentor, why bad people are bad? Why they don't become good? So the answer was he said the bad one are true to their nature. Unless their nature changes, only then they become good. But by default, bad means they have to be bad. That's their role. That's their inherent genetics. You can say that in one language. So good people have the different perspective. They will be good by default, no matter what happens. So yes, as you said, we accept it. So we accept the enemies, we accept the friends, because this is how they are, and we live with them. That's okay. Anybody
Yes,
else?
I think very important thing is not to fight with yourself every day. You can fight with yourself. This is normal. You are discussing with yourself. You are negotiating with yourself. You are the only person who can be the best negotiator with yourself. Nobody can do it better. But not too much fighting. Find this balance. This is very important. Yeah.
Right. So with this, we come to an end for this podcast, and I will request you to leave, you can say, closing message for the wonderful audience who will be listening to you once it is online on the YouTube and other social media channels. A short message, a message from your side for the audience.
I would say, my dear people, and telling my dear people is not only Armenian people. This is the people who will feel me, who will understand me, who will be able to be with us this long time. I hope I didn't over speak and make too much time from your life, but I hope that I bring some emotional, some spiritual, some kind feelings to your life. I want you to be in balance with yourself, with nature, with your family, with your people, with your nations. And I want you to know that Armenian people bringing only peace. We are not people who come with war. So we are really welcome to our guests in Armenia. Please come to Armenia with peace. Bring love and happiness to Armenia, and take from Armenia a huge energy of love happiness, and joy. So Armenia is the country of love and joy. Please keep Armenia in this planet because we are bringing a very important neuron system to this world. And thank you very much to you, Doctor. You made my day with your very self-confident, with your calmness, with your attitude, with your questions. This is a very interesting practice for me that we discuss with you, and I will never forget this. I was waiting this day, really waiting for this day, and it is something that make a lot of emotional impact on me. So thank you very much, first of all.
Thank you, Doctor.
I wish your university will grow and will have a huge success. I hope I will be able to visit your country and university especially. And this is not hope. I'm sure you must come to Armenia and be my guest in all meanings. And you will see with your eyes. Maybe you will tell me, was it right what I was telling about Armenia?
Dr. Gayane, this will not be the first. We will not be ending up here. We will be building up our association with Armenia and the university at different levels also. So we will be in touch and we will share more ideas on how we can do something in terms of happiness, well-being of society, students, faculties. We can plan something after this podcast is over and we stay in touch. And with this, we come to an end for this wonderful podcast with a wonderful guest of honor, Dr. Gayane from Armenia, Deputy Minister of Environment. Thank you so much. I'm sure you must have taken wonderful lessons, wonderful vibes that she is emanating from her being. And we Indians, we value the honesty, we value the sincerity, we value the positive vibes. And that is what we want to share with the whole world via this happiness podcast. And we were lucky to have once again another wonderful guest from this global leader perspective. Thank you so much, Dr. Gayane, for being here at our Amity Happiness podcast platform. And we stay connected and we hope to have more interactions in different platforms, in different events on happiness and well-being. In short, we are dedicated, committed only for the well-being and happiness for the community overall. And this happiness podcast is just one more platform to build an happiness ecosystem so that we talk to different leaders who are on the same frequency and we build up a new ecosystem kind of a thing. And thank you so much once again. And it was a lovely talking to you and we stay connected.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, lovely audience, for your kind patience and your kind staying together with this wonderful podcast. And we see you for the next podcast. We will announce very shortly with a new wonderful guest like our wonderful guest today, Dr. Gayane. We will be having a next podcast announced soon. Thank you so much. Till then, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much.
Hey, hey, चलो ना ढूंढे शहर एक नया जहाँ मुस्कुराहटे हैं बिखरी जहाँ से गम का मौसम गया जहाँ मीठी बातें हर एक अजनबी से हों भूले हम भी जो सारी फिक्रें लम्हा लम्हा खुशियाँ।
आजकल सारे उदास रह रहे हैं लेकिन आपकी जिंदगी में कुछ खुशी का जरिया होगा तो आपको क्या खुश करता है?
What makes you happy?
पैसा और वर्किंग आउट। पैसा और वर्किंग आउट।
फ्रेंड्स, बेस्ट फ्रेंड ओके।
तो इसके अलावा और कुछ? फैमिली और पैसा रहेगा तो सब अपने आप ही खुश हो जाएंगे। इसलिए यही आप कहना चाह रहे हो। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। क्यों है कोई आग
नए नए गीत। खेल ऐसा क्यों ना कोई खेले जिसमें सब ही की हो जीत। इन दिनों भूलो तारे कोई भी देखता नहीं, देखे उनको दीवाने हो के कोई कितना भी हमको टोके। खुली हवा हो खुला समा, जागे हुए हो सब अरमा। बेबे 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 हम धड़कने, दिल जैसे धड़कने धड़कने दो। क्यों है कोई आग नभी, शोला जो भड़के भड़कने दो।
हाय कैसे हो, खाया क्या खुशियों की कसम। ओ हेलो, ऑफ है मूड, सैड हो तो सुनो। देखो मैंने तो खा ली है हैप्पीनेस वाली कसम, इसके साथ ही कह दिया टाटा बाय टू ऑल द गम। हाय कैसे हो, खुश हो क्या, सच कहो। ओके लिसन, देखो ना झूम रही हूँ पूछो कैसे। सबको रिकमेंड करती हूँ मैं हैप्पीनेस वाली कसम। जिंदगी में एक ही काफी है, नो टेंशन हम हैं मगन।